Hey, Clear Lake peeps. Ross England here, Clear Lake Guide Service, with your activities and fishing report for the Clear Lake area. Today, July 1st. Congratulations, you made it to the first half of 2021. Yeehaw! Okay, let's talk about activities. First, activities, pretty simple. No tournaments this coming weekend. It's 4th of July weekend, so obviously that's a really big deal around here. We didn't really have a 4th of July celebration last year. Everything got canceled because of the virus. So it's going to be a big deal this weekend. I believe the Clear Lake has activities. Usually it's a carnival and a concert and fireworks display on the 3rd, which I believe is Saturday night. And then Lakeport will have their fireworks display Sunday night. Both of them are on the water events. Lakeport goes out off of 5th Street, and Clear Lake goes out off of Austin Park. I believe the Glen Haven Business Association and the Oaks combine, and they do something. I think it's on the 4th too, but I'm not 100% sure. So your activities for this weekend are basically, it's a big celebration of 4th of July. No tournaments are scheduled as far as I can see with permits. So the lake will be a zoo. It just always is. It's the biggest weekend for Lake County every year. So anywhere from 500 to 1,000 boats will be out on the lake for the 2 days. So have a safe celebration. If you choose to fish, I've fished a couple of 4th of July weekends, and the mornings are pretty good, meaning you can get out, do what you want to do, and as long as you're off the water by 11 o'clock, you can have a pretty good morning, considering, safe lights 5:30. You can get in almost a 6-hour day if you really want to. So those are the activities going on. Conditions. Let's talk about lake level. Lake level is 0.2, minus 0.2. The first day of June, it was 0.4 to the positive. So we've lost 6/10 of a foot of water over the month of June. If you project that out, more than likely we're going to lose 3/4 of a foot to a foot in July. So right now, same launch ramps are open. The main ones are Clear Lake Oaks, Redbud, 3rd and 5th Street, and Lakeport. You can still launch somehow in Brados and Konocti Vista Casino's Marina. Everything else is closed. And the conditions on those launch ramps are good. Just the county park, I don't know how much longer it's going to stay open. I'd be careful there. There's enough water to launch, but it's getting kind of skinny. So that takes care of that. Water temperatures 76 to 82, even 83 this past week. I didn't see any 80-degree water temperature first thing in the morning, so that's late in the day. But the water temps are warm. It's warm enough that, for those of you who like to take pictures of fish and you want to hold a bunch of fish in a live well, don't do it. Take a picture real quick, get them back in the water. They're better off there than they are in your live well. Real quickly, speaking about tournaments, I keep forgetting to tell y'all, we're in a time frame right now where tournaments are limited to 6-hour events, and the biggest reason for that is water temperature. They'll come back to being full days in September, and I don't know exactly the date right off the top of my head. Water clarity is pretty poor. The clearest that I saw was about 2 feet, and that's down in some of the mid-lake areas. The algae is just, there's 3 or 4 types of it. It's all out there. It's all over the place. It's moving with however the wind blows. It'll be packed into an area one day, and then it'll be gone the next. The most prevalent one that's kind of annoying to try to fish in is the stuff that I call egg drop soup, because it just looks like little feathers that are floating around in the water, and it attaches to your line when you're casting. And just, if I see that stuff, I try to move. I'm looking for the clearest water that I can find, or at least water that's least affected by the algae blooms. So move around. There's somewhere on the lake on any given day that the algae is not quite as bad in an area that there's fish. So okay, that takes care of that stuff. Fishing, we're still averaging 18 to 22 fish a day. There's mornings when it's been a lot easier, and then it got tougher as it went along, because there was a pretty decent topwater bite, where we might pick up 6 to 10 fish first thing in the morning. The last couple of days, I haven't found a topwater bite at all. I've lost it, so I don't know. I'm sure there's one somewhere because it's that time of year. I just haven't been able to find it. So I've been spending a lot less time chasing the topwater bite and just going after fish. Some of these fish are looking in fairly good shape. Some of them are looking a little bit on the skinny side, if you know what I mean. But some of those skinny fish too are fish that are actually still on beds. They've either just spawned or they're still spawning. It goes on here from April all the way through June and into July. We've had times when the water was clear first part of July, and we were catching bedfish still. So the mix of baits that we've been using is all over the board. We've caught fish in as little as 2 feet of water, and we've caught fish as deep as 20 feet of water on plastic worms, whether they're drop shotted, shaky. We caught some jigfish this week. Don't have a heart attack. Yes, we caught some jigfish. Little swim baits and a few crankbait fish. One thing that we found out real quickly, I had found a little patch of fish. Actually, I didn't find them. Jim found a little patch of fish for me last week, and we were able to enjoy them for about 2 days, which helped a lot in the fish count. And then one day we caught 2 catfish in the same place amongst the bass. And the next time we fished, we caught 3 catfish amongst the bass. And the last time we fished that spot, we caught 7 catfish with very few bass going along with them. So the cats had moved in, and they just literally outcompete the bass, and the bass go away. So caught fish in all 3 arms: rattlesnake, redbud, and the upper end of the lake. Again, like I said, I'm running all over the place just to find some clear water to fish. They could be out in front of tules, they could be on rocks, they could be on docks. Probably the more consistent bite for us has been actually fishing docks. It's just some of the docks are a little bit hard to fish through, considering all the weeds that are around. So the fishing, still pretty good. We're not catching any bigs. I think the biggest fish is a 5. Caught a lot of fish that look like they're 4.5 pounders. You put them on a scale and they're 3.5, 3 3/4. They've got the length, they just don't have the body. So, I think that's it. All you folks have a really safe 4th of July weekend. Hopefully fire season doesn't really get kick-started this weekend. We don't need any more of that. We've already got enough of those going on. I'll talk to you next week. Have a good one.